So just breathe in deeply. Now, focus into your breath. Focus into the light within the heart, the light within your body, the light within your soul. And allow this light to shine and penetrate through your body, through your aura, through your energy field. Transmit light and love and peace within each breath to all, in all directions, 360 degree. I feel inspired to share my thoughts about energy attacks. It is an intense moment of time where there's a lot of releasing, a lot of clearing within the connection, whether it's earthly connection or galactic connection or any other realms. We are becoming more sensitive, more receptive. We feel one another. And when I started on this journey, I didn't know how to manage my sensitivity. It took me a while to learn to know, to be careful, to be mindful, and to be respectful of what energy I get myself entangled with. I had psychic attacks. That was many years ago. But then that incident showed me what kind of crowd is for me and what's not. That situation showed me that the ultimate guidance is within, not from others. Others are reflections. They are teachers as well, but how you build up your own story, how you build up your reality is entirely from within. So getting into the point is that I didn't know how to manage my sensitivity. During my ayahuasca journey in 2017, we were there in the Amazon jungle for 2 months. And I asked Mother, why am I so sensitive to sadness? Why am I this? Why am I that? Can you please show me? And I was shown that my focus was just everywhere around the world and not enough within. It's not balanced. It wasn't balanced. So then I learned to draw boundaries. And then I was shown that everything in creations are conducting their services according to their own vibrations. Even their actions and their ways of being don't resonate, and we don't have any reason to agree with their choices. Still, it's about respect. It's about, that's their path, this is mine. And when there's resonance, there will be moment for us to co-create and connect. And so that taught me a lot as well, and it taught me a lot of how to be in the world and not of the world. And how this experience relating to psychic attacks is that once, this is what works for me, and please bear in mind that what I share in this video, it doesn't mean that my ways is the ultimate righteous ways. It's not, I'm not coming across in that way. I'm just sharing my views, and if you find it resonate, if you find it useful, then contemplate on it and see how it may help. So, psychic attacks. First, boundaries. Boundaries is everything. Boundaries is not only preventing others crossing into our private space, but it also being firm with our focus, being firm with ourselves. And I stress often about the power of focus. That is the divine active force within us. We have been taught to focus a lot within the brain. It's a surviving mechanism of the brain that human being have and been programmed to use for such a long time. And when we detach our focus from swinging into the breathing, the reality that we attach ourselves with the duality of the mind drops, and we become more familiar with the space within us, with our breathing. Focus is also paving ways for that telepathic connection, that channeling of the creative force. So when we focus ourselves too much on other people, when there's no firm boundaries within the physical, emotional, mental, and even astral telepathic connection, we feel more, and we can easily get off centers. And whatever it is that being released from the old template, from the old structures, whether it's within the politics, whether within the anxiety of society, whether it's within the push and pull of the naughty reptilians and the well-behaved star beings, there's all of this kind of push and pull. When there's not firm boundaries, we find ourselves swinging into that wave. So boundary is the key. Boundary is the key in managing sensitivity. Second is neutral point. I wanted to bring up belief system as well. And this go hand in hand with detaching from the mind into the neutral point within the breathing. The energy of this year assists a lot in transforming the mind, mental transmutation, transforming of the mental body to realign the physical awareness, emotional awareness, mental awareness with the spiritual realm. Now, when there's purging and there's releasing and there's new alignment of energy, there's going to be a lot of challenging within the belief system. Some belief system that we consider serving before may no longer serve now, even though we see it as good or bad, as light or dark. And go within. And when there's a lot of attacks, when there's a lot of overpowering of fears and dark against light, go within and observe what kind of information and what kind of belief system is within that's trying to be released, trying to be transformed. After I draw my boundaries, after I practice more and more and more of coming back to my breathing, I haven't had any attacks. This doesn't mean that I don't see scary things. I do see I call them trickster energy of trickster that comes and like boo at you, and I'm like, but when you practice being in that neutral state, whatever that comes through will have less effect on you, because your focus is not feeding into that. Because all you are being mindful is in your breathing, all you becoming is a passive observer. You're not engaging, you're not co-creating, you just acknowledge it and allow it to pass. You're not playing, you're not identifying. This takes mental strength and this takes practice. So see if this resonates, something that you would like to try. Boundaries, neutralization, release, transforming of mental system, belief system. So when I give advice to others, it's always about coming back to your breathing and be mindful of the connection that you entangle yourself with. This is crucial because without a doubt we can't avoid how powerful we are becoming, how the power of mental manifestation become more amplified, more powerful and instant. Now, I'm not saying that we are manifesting the attacks, no, but what I'm saying is that whatever you focus yourself into becomes your reality. Yes, some energy can cross your path and it can feel a bit oh, okay, you're in my private space, I don't like this. But then find a neutral way of reacting. And the words reacting or reaction is very important. What we are transforming inside, what needed to be transformed, always manifests in forms of reactions and attitude. When I encounter energy that needs to be transcended, that sometimes give me shivers, I feel my feet. I get into my breathing, and then I remind myself that fear is needed here. And then I allow the light to be open, and I ask the guides to guide them through. So see if any of this resonate for you to try, for you to contemplate on. I just feel like sharing this because a lot of releasing, and we are aligning ourselves with the creator being which we are. So it's that moment of empowering ourselves as well. When we feel like we've been overpowered by external force, how can we reclaim that power? And we know that it's no longer about push and pull and tuck and war, who's going to win, who's going to this and that. It's all about returning and find the state of peace within. So, I would like to invite you again to return into your breathing. Feel the sensation of rising and falling. Whatever pops up in the mind, just allow it to pass. All things rises will come to their falling. Just like our breathing. And remember, nirvana means exhale. Of letting go. And trust in the light within you that you can channel and create your space just by returning into that light. Trust and believe in your light and allow it to expand and create your space. And if you're doing a lot of grid work, if you're transcending energy, allowing a grand spiral flow of energy to envelope your space and allowing all to flow. Some energy flow to be grounded, some energy to be upwards to the sun. It really depends. There's no right or wrong. Let go and be with your breathing once again. I find chanting and of course singing bowls and other musical instrument really help in shifting vibrations. You can do mantra. Mantras always a powerful tool for us to shift the rhythm, shift focus, and be in that moment. Another thing is that I never feed a lot of information about attacks, about implants, about this or that. Sometimes it requires me to remove from other people, but I don't go and look for it. If it doesn't come, then it's not there. And again, my point is that it's the information that is in the belief system, is in our perception as well, that can build a connection to certain vibrations. So I hope this helped. I hope this gives some kind of inspiration and guidance and a different way of looking at things. I'm not here to discriminate any belief system out there, but what we're doing here is to empowering one another, is to support one another and reflect that light of creator being towards one another. So, lots of love to you. I see you. Sending golden light enveloping all. Thank you. Namaste.